I, like many others, are following the Nancy Guthrie missing persons case out of Arizona, 84-year-old mother of Savannah Guthrie, the Today Show co-host, and I have some updates. Today is Thursday, February 5th. Now, one thing that I noticed when I was doing some research was that Nancy Guthrie's birthday is January 27th. She was out with family. Now, the Sheriff's Department has said it was either her daughter, Annie Guthrie, who dropped her off the night she was last seen at 9:30 p.m. on Saturday, January 31st. Or Tommaso. They have not confirmed which one of them dropped Nancy off or both. Now, I've been keeping up with Banfield because a lot of people have been very critical of anybody talking about Tommaso Cioni as a possible suspect. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Ashley Banfield has since talked about the fact that she brought this up on her show, and she said that this came from an impeccable source. She has over 40 years in the industry, and this was an impeccable source that gave her this information. She talked about how allegedly Nest cameras were smashed and taken into evidence. Allegedly, the back door was left wide open in Nancy's home, and then there were blood drops found at the front door. Allegedly, Annie Guthrie's car has been towed and taken into evidence. And allegedly, the son-in-law, Tommaso Cioni, may be the prime suspect. But Ashley Banfield said that it is likely in the sheriff's best interest to deny this. An interesting thing that Brian Enton was talking about, who works for News Nation, was that ICAC was seen at the home of Annie Guthrie and Tommaso Cioni, along with federal agents, and ICAC is Internet Crimes Against Children. So it could be something as simple as they have more advanced technology that could assist the situation, or it could be something more sinister. Obviously, that's speculation. I don't know. But when I hear ICAC, Internet Crimes Against Children, my head starts spinning. Again, ICAC was seen at the home of Annie Guthrie and Tommaso Cioni. Brian Enton did say that ICAC showed up with like a ring light and some other, tools, a tripod, so they weren't sure if this was to film the video that Savannah and her siblings were filming or whatnot. Ashley Banfield also talked about the fact that even though the sheriff's office is denying that there's any prime suspect, she talks about how when the Idaho 4 case had happened, and Brian Kohberger his DNA was found on the knife sheath that identified Brian Kohberger as his DNA on that sheath on December 19th. On December 20th, authorities came out and vehemently denied any suspect. So she's saying, I've done this a long time, I have great sources, and this is how these types of investigations work. She said it's not unusual for a sheriff's office or agency to say this is not the suspect when indeed it is. Let me know your thoughts down below on all of this. This has been one of the most twisting, turning, unbelievable missing persons cases that I've seen in a long time.